Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, or the viewers and stuff like that, and subscribers, I want to say thank you so much. It's helping support me and stuff like that. This video is about all my collections, so I'm going to be starting off like movies like first, and what I have, this was filmed in Toronto. I think it was back in 1974. It's called Black Christmas. I met one of the actors, the Horrorama. Suspect Videos put that on. He's a good friend of mine. I'm gonna be doing the film location of that. You probably remember this like movie. If you ever see that. Night Before Christmas. Like with Tim Burton and stuff like that. And here's like two movies once. Also I got the Four Collection, the Horde of Dracula raised from the grave. You could probably see that. That's with Chris Lee and probably like Peter Cushing's in that too. So The Underworld, you probably remember that movie. So that's I enjoyed that film. The First Nightmare Elm Street, I own this. Friday the 13th, Jason Lives, I own that. And The Lost Boys, with Corey Haim Feldman and Keith Sutherland. I like this, this movie, I enjoy it, good soundtrack too, It's a comedy horror that, it's nothing scary of that, and I also own like a George Romero. I do visit his resting place and stuff like that, so you probably saw that on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do one of his film locations, and this is Night of the Living Dead. Here's you ever Chris Lee with this Dracula? Original Addams Family back in 1964. I got all the collections in them. Here it is. The other parts. And I got this, the new Nosferatu. That was released in 2024. And I also have the Monster TV series, This is a good box set, has like sort of like interviews and stuff, documentary, the monsters, and each the Yvonne Carter, Fun Glenn, and there's just so much in there. There's Revenge the Monsters Go Home, I enjoyed them, so much. And also Pit and the Penguin, that's with Vincent Price and Barbara Steele. Here's one of the films, John Rowan. Well, his movies are hard to get, These are about of these two girls, they're blind, during the day, the nighttime they're not, so this is a good movie too, I like to get like another movie and stuff like that, You could get the Sin in the One, I'll have a link at the bottom below. Here's Jean Rowan. And I also have the Slither the Vampire. That's also Jean Rowan likes film. And also I got this. It's like 50 movies and stuff. The original Nosferatu is on there in 1922. Phantom of the Opera. It's on this. Beetlejuice. I don't get the second one yet. They are going to be doing the third one. I like to do the film location, you know, Beetlejuice. Gosh, I'm saying it too many times, you know. Here's a volume 2, you know, Invented by his collection, you know. There's a Raven, you know. There's like so many good films and stuff of his, you know. I had to get volume 1 and volume 3, you know. Yeah, hopefully you can see that, you know. And then here's Avara. Another Avara. The Craft. That's a good movie and stuff. It's a good soundtrack. There's like the Smiths is on there, you know, really like that song on there. And I also have Scooby-Doo, The Legend of the Vampire. You might have seen that, you know. I grew up like watching that, you know. Hocus Pocus with Bette Miller, you know. Sarah Jessica Parker. Yeah, with Bette Miller, you know. And Sarah Jessica Parker. That's what I meant to say, you know. There's like, this is a double like, sort of movies and stuff like that. Like there's like a Raw and stuff like that, you know. You probably know about that. There's like a Abigail and stuff like that. Plan 9 Outer Space, you know, with Bela Lugosi and Vampira. Hope you can see that. And also Halloween 1 and Halloween 2 with Debbie Reynolds and stuff like that. That's on Disney Plus. You could watch that on there. This is this is when she went to University of College, you know. So this is the third one for the high school and that. It's a very good looking movie and stuff. It's more like a comedy, you know. Oops, I have a mess falling down. And the Frankenstein the Story I got. Avara. And there's Avara again. Crimson Peaks. Well, actually, I'm going to be doing a film location for that, you know. And I was lucky I found Fiona Barrow. Her stuff is where her get, you know, because it's been destroyed, part of the fire and that, you know. If you can see it, you know. And I got like a season 1 for Wednesday, you know, TV series. Also I got Bram Stoker Dracula, Gary Oldman, and Winona Ryder. If you see it. Also I got Fright Night. I heard that there was like the second one too, you know. Dark Shadows, you know. I really liked that show. That was back like kind of like 60s, you know. Here's the ever Dark Shadows. I also had, this is like sort of a movie, you know. Yeah, so this is like the movie and that, you know, for Vampira and interviews with her. Rocky Horror Picture, you know. Tim Curry, you know, and Susan Sarandon. And there's so many people in that, you know. Meatloaf is on there too. I like that movie. I know it's kind of like cheesy. And then also I have this box set. It's 30 like films and stuff like that. Has always a bunch of the Draculas and stuff. And there's the Spanish version, 1931, you know. And there was like a documentary, you know, that versus studios, you know. I redid the review and stuff like that, you know. There was like a Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, you know, Invisible Man, Abbott Costello meets the Mummy and Frankenstein. There's like the Phantom Opera. So it's not the original one. That's okay. And then Creature of Black Lagoon. So this is a very good like, sort of box set, well done, Versus Studios. And also I owned Prom Night, you know, with Jamie Lee Curtis and Leslie Nielsen. I own that, you know. I'm gonna do film locations for that, you know. And also got It 2017, you know. I can't do the original because it's too far away. I'm gonna be doing this version, you know. I know all the location stuff of that, so it's gonna be on my YouTube channel. Also have all this collection stuff. It's all horror movies and stuff. And Bela Lugosi one's vampire films. And this is with Johnny Depp with Dark Shadows and stuff like that, you know. If you can see that, you know. And Van Helsing, you know. I really enjoyed that film. That's it. All my collection stuff that, you know, I own a lot more collections, all different Disney and stuff and fantasy and all that, you know. I also own like a Mozart, you know, film, you know, Amadeus, you know, Marionette, and there are so many I own, and Duchess and stuff like that. I own that film and stuff like that. The Batman series, you know, box set and all that, you know, Star Wars, you know. I own so much, you know. Hope you enjoy this, you know. And if you like it, of when I'm doing all the collections I own that, you know, hit description below and stuff it, and comments of that, you know. Likes and hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video, and stay spooky.